Good evening. This is Channel 5 News. I'm Caroline Wool.
And I'm Kellen Browning. Here are tonight's top stories.
Cleanup crews have responded to reports of tar balls from Orange County to Manhattan Beach. Santa Barbara County's Director of Public Health said there's no immediate risk to swimmers. The county's beaches and fishing piers remain open.
The district attorney said a 15-year-old boy has been charged as an adult with the murder of an 8-year-old Madison Middleton. Adrian Jerry Gonzalez of Santa Cruz faces 1 count of murder with special circumstances. The district attorney says he has been charged with kidnapping, sexually assaulting, and tying up Maddie before killing her. If Gonzalez is convicted, he faces life in prison. The DA says prosecutors looked at Gonzalez's age, criminal record, and the crime to determine whether to try him as an adult. Maddie's body was found Monday night in a recycling bin, a day after she disappeared. Gonzalez will appear in the Santa Cruz courtroom on Thursday.
An autopsy report Tuesday shows that a homeless man killed by Los Angeles police officers had methamphetamine in his system at the time of his death. Charlie Lundu Kunang's death on March 1st gained international attention after a bystander posted a video of the shooting on Facebook. LA County coroner's officials determined Kunang died of 6 gunshot wounds to the chest, torso, and arm. Police said the encounter highlighted the city's need to help the homeless who often have difficulty accessing proper health and medical programs, which can result in violence. The encounter increased tensions regarding Skid Row and the LAPD's tactics handling the situation. The LAPD's investigation on Kunang's death is ongoing.
A statement from Afghanistan President Ashraf Ghani said that Taliban leader Mullah Muhammad Omar is dead. The Afghani government said Wednesday that they have credible information that Omar died in 2013 in Pakistan. The Taliban denied the claim, but produced no evidence to prove Omar is still alive. Here's Chloe Zare with the weather report.
If you enjoyed today's overcast weather with a chance of thunderstorms through the mountains and deserts, it's going to be similar tomorrow. It's going to be partly sunny in the LA area tomorrow as the chance of thunderstorms in the region decreases. Tomorrow in downtown LA, temperatures will range from the 60s to the mid-80s over the weekend and throughout all of Los Angeles County. For those of you in the LA Valley, expect temperatures in the 90s and lots of sun. In Orange County, the high is 88. In Ventura County, the high is 90, inland from the coast. And for those of you in Riverside County, the high is 101 in Palm Springs. Expect a cooler weekend by the coast with nice temperatures for avid surfers. It will get hotter more inland, and the forecast shows a sunny Monday in downtown LA. Be sure to wear sunscreen, Los Angeles. California senator says she has a bill that could solve the devastating drought problem. Let's go to Sammy Handler with the story.
Thanks, Chloe. Democratic Senator Dianne Feinstein proposed a $1.3 billion measure Wednesday she said could be the long-awaited solution for the drought. The bill plans for the long term with provisions for desalination, water storage, and recycling. Governor Jerry Brown's resource secretary said the bill aligns with state goals. Even with the money, which other proposals lack, the biggest obstacle for the bill will be passing through the Republican-controlled House. Feinstein said that she has no clue whether the Republicans will endorse and added that nothing with water easily passes anything. The Republicans' bill plans to pump more water to the San Joaquin Valley and eases up on environmental rules. Since the drought began 4 years ago, environmentalists, Democrats, and Republicans have disagreed on whether to alter environmental protections. A key Republican leader said he is hopeful that the parties will find a compromise, but did not embrace Feinstein's bill. This is one of 3 bills relating to the drought that Senator Barbara Boxer is supporting. Boxer said that it tackles the devastating drought in a multifaceted way. Feinstein anticipates that the bill will get a hearing in September, although she said that if it becomes law, it will be altered in the process. If environmentalists decide to support the bill, they will likely pull out if there are changes. Now we go to Eugenia Coe with an update on the ongoing freeway construction.
Thanks, Sammy. As the construction of the 405 freeway continues into its 5th year, there are questions about whether the $1.4 billion project is living up to efficient Los Angeles freeway construction of the past. As a Los Angeles Times investigative reporter has written this morning, poor planning and lack of communication have left the highway a patchwork of styles. Anywhere along the 10-mile stretch of construction, which hopes to make room for a northbound carpool lane between West Los Angeles and the San Fernando Valley, walls range from beige concrete to white panels. In one of many examples, while construction near Bel Air Crest, 4 miles from UCLA, complements the upscale neighborhood's dense gardening, the Federal Building, just a few blocks away, is nearly barren and drought-tolerant. Though the opposition and opinions of property owners along the 405 have hindered uniform design, the LA Times credits haphazard politics for what the reporter calls the first haggard and disjointed freeway in LA history. The project is already over budget and deadline and continues to worsen traffic for many residents. Up next is Fatima Ali, an update on the Studio City gunman.
After further investigation of the gunman who fired shots in Studio City, it appears he had substance abuse problems. Studio City gunman Seth Rains was shot to death by LAPD after just completing a year-long rehab program. According to the shelter's chief executive, Rains completed the program, which included one-on-one time with counselors, gym workouts, spiritual guidance, and time spent at the local learning center. Friends and family attended a graduation ceremony and say that Rains was beaming on that day. However, no one knew when or why Rains decided to leave the Skid Row mission the night before he died. According to LAPD Chief Charlie Beck, the incident has reported to be a suicide by cop scenario, but no other final conclusions have been made. Here's Connor Gaffney reporting on Tuesday's Pasadena tree collapse.
An independent investigator determined Wednesday that the cause of a tree collapse that injured 8 children, 2 critically, remains unknown. A 75-foot tree fell onto campers sitting in Brookside Park around 5 p.m. Tuesday. The campers were waiting for their parents to pick them up from summer camp at Kidspace Museum in Pasadena. An independent arborist hired by the city of Pasadena spent 2 hours Wednesday examining the tree, which is one of more than 40,000 in the city. He said that there was no conclusive evidence to explain the cause of the collapse. His conclusion aligns with the city arborist, who said that the tree did not suffer from forms of water damage or disease that could contribute to such a collapse. Pasadena police spent the night on scene examining the area and documenting the incident. Public Works officials were also on the scene of the collapse and were removing debris from the area. The 2 critically injured children remain hospitalized, but their conditions are improving, according to the Pasadena Fire Department. Now we have AJ Shaheen with the latest news in business.
Yahoo revealed a new communication app yesterday that combines video chatting and texting. It is called Live Text and hopes to compete with Apple's FaceTime and Facebook's video chat. Live Text imitates its competitors with real-time video streaming between phones in order to seem face-to-face. The main aspect that sets Live Text apart is the fact that there is no audio involved. There is rather a text feature that appears at the top of the screen during the video. Yahoo app directors say that the video feature authenticates conversation, while texting is a quick and non-intrusive way to connect. Live Text is available for both Apple and Android and has already been tested out for weeks in some foreign countries. In other business news, SeaWorld Entertainment Incorporated has been criticized by animal rights groups, leading to the loss of nearly half of share value since 2013. There was a large controversy over SeaWorld's treatment of their orca whales. And last year, SeaWorld created a plan to nearly double the habitat size for the whales. But now, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals is opposing the project. PETA is pushing for seaside sanctuaries where the animals can thrive in a cove while still performing in shows. SeaWorld has now put all projects on hold and is awaiting further confirmations. Coming next is our beautiful entertainment reporter, Hansel Jung.
Thank you, AJ. Spamalot, a Broadway sensation when it premiered a decade ago, finally comes to Los Angeles this weekend. This Tony-winning play is largely based on the 1975 movie cult hit Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Typically, a company takes at least a month before opening the play, as most of the actors have multiple roles and frequent costume changes and different lines. For the Bowl, the crew and cast have just 10 days. Eric Idle, writer and main force behind the celebrated musical comedy, plans to make rewrites to keep the humor fresh. Idle commented about the evolving nature of the play, stating, "The process is like clay modeling. You push it toward what it should be. You don't get it right, but it moves toward an ideal shape." You can check that out at the Hollywood Bowl starting this Friday for its 3-day run. In other news, South African comedian Trevor Noah performed this Tuesday at a Comedy Central hosted event at the Broad Stage in Santa Monica. The sharp and topical performance was hosted primarily to introduce Noah to Television Critics Association. Noah is poised to take over the Comedy Central's program, The Daily Show, after Jon Stewart's last performance on August 6th. When asked about his prospects as a host in comparison to Stewart, Noah commented, "There's an immense pressure for me to live up to that legacy and keep the flagship going." Despite covering the same type of issues, Noah believes he'll bring a new voice and point of view to the show. JC Rosenfeld is up next with more entertainment news.
Hits Daily Double has quoted multiple anonymous sources that say that in less than 1 month, Apple Music has reached 10 million subscribers. This is a dramatic lead against Apple Music's competitor Spotify, which took 5.5 years to reach the amount of subscribers that Apple Music has reached in 1 month alone. Fortune magazine questions the precision of hit daily double statistics, but has stated, despite the sketchy sourcing, the report holds some water. In the theaters, Warner Brothers' new line cinema film Vacation has reached a solid $1.2 million in the box office on Tuesday at its early showing. The comedy film will be going up against Paramount Pictures' action franchise film Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation this weekend. Despite competition from other featured films this weekend, the film is expected to reach a solid $25 to $34 million in its first 5 days in the box office. Vacation is the next generation of Griswold family films. It is the latest film written by the 2011 hit film Horrible Bosses writers Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis. If you are looking to see the movie, it has received a 30% positive rating by Rotten Tomatoes. Next is Ariel Wodarczyk with our sports report on the Los Angeles Dodgers' latest deals.
Actually, we have some breaking news from California's Central Coast. There is word of a disturbance at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Campus police say a group of journalism students and baseball players got into a food fight in the main campus cafeteria. 30 students were arrested, including all of the 23 students at the journalism workshop, with charges ranging from disturbing the peace to trespassing. No one was hurt. We'll have more in our news at 11 p.m. Moving on to sports. The LA Dodgers have deals in place to acquire Miami Marlins' Matt Latos and Alex Wood of the Atlanta Braves, as well as 2 relievers and 2 position players. If the deals go through, the Dodgers would be paying 7 of their players, including infielder Hector Olivera, $80 million to not play for them. The Dodgers may also be eliminating 4th starter Mike Bolsinger to make room for pitcher David Price. Dodgers are still holding on to infield Corey Seagers and pitcher Julio Urias. It should be an exciting weekend coming up. The Dodgers will be playing the Angels Friday through Sunday. Angels center fielder Mike Trout sat out all of Tuesday's game due to a wrist injury and played briefly during the Angels' Wednesday night 10-5 loss to the Astros. Trout is still injured, but manager Mike Scioscia is expecting a short recovery time. Trout said that he and the team want to make sure he is 100% recovered before re-entering the game to avoid any further setbacks. The International Olympics Committee has made it clear they want a U.S. bid in the 2024 Games. LA is the current top contender, but if the city follows Boston's suit and chooses not to host the Games, San Francisco and Washington, D.C. are the next likely contacts by the U.S. Olympic Committee. If the U.S. doesn't pull through, Paris is the next likely option. That's it for sports tonight. Let's get back to Kellen Browning.
The Happy Birthday song may soon be free to use. A case against Warner Music Group's copyright of the popular tune was argued Wednesday in Los Angeles. The group fighting for free use of Happy Birthday is pointing to a 1922 songbook as evidence. The book published the song without a copyright notice, and lawyers say it is proof that the song is in the public domain. If Warner Music loses, it may have to repay millions of dollars of copyright fees it has collected over the years. But the company isn't worried. Its attorneys say they can prove the copyright still belongs to the company until 2030. Let's get back to Caroline Wall.
Residents' worries turn into relief for others. Volunteers in McAllen, Texas, have been shepherding Central American migrants carrying immigration documents to Sacred Heart Catholic Church for necessary aid. Volunteers provide food, showers, and quick, reassuring talks about the journey ahead for migrants who have been crossing into Texas for the past year. City officials have joined the effort, setting up temporary showers and tents, transportation services, and medical treatment. More than 200 people per day pass through the church, which has served 20,000 grants at a cost of more than $700,000.
The Los Angeles City Council voted Wednesday to ban unpermitted vendors at city parks and beaches. The council hopes the ban will stop dangerous vendors, especially those working with animals. Activists criticize the new law as being too restrictive. Immigrant advocates complain the penalties could harm immigrants' chances to become citizens. I'm Kellen Browning.
And I'm Caroline Wool. This is Channel 5 News. Good evening. Good night.